YouTube family. Back on the cabin. Had a visitor. I was blowing leaves like crazy with the Bad A new blower that Paper Lady hooked us up with. Paper Lady hooked us up with some roof. First of all, I just hung this board temporarily. Put a nail in the end here to hold it up so I can eyeball it. This is why we temporarily nailed this. Just a little nail sticking out here. Gotta take it back down. Like that. That right back there. So now we kind of got that angle cut here, but we want it off the ground, kind of where it's not touching the ground. Just like that. Like that. So we'll lift that up a little bit, and we're going to temporarily nail that part also right there. And then we'll mark our angle. We'll mark this so we know exactly where it goes back. Dang right. Just want this up high enough off the ground so when it rains and the ground gets wet, the board isn't touching the ground and getting wet by the dirt and causing rot. So we just want it up maybe a couple inches at the most. You know, nothing dramatic. That there. Good enough for me. So this is the angle right here. Got my marker in my pocket. Hope so. Yeah. So this is going to be my template mark right here. Basically, bam, there's our angle that we want. Put it the level I want it. It's up off the ground, so water ain't gonna keep it wet, or the moisture from the dirt isn't gonna keep it wet. So that's up off the ground. We kind of want this board, you know, well, really, we want it exactly right there where it was. So we'll mark that line so we know exactly where it goes back. This board down again, cut it, and then this board is going to be our template. When we do use this as a template, we want that line, that cut, matching our next two boards. This cut right here, like I said, that is not going to matter over on this side at all. You can see how high this is up and how much lower that is from that. So chances are we're not going to have to cut the bottom of this board like we cut this one. We just did that to get it up off the dirt. I use this as my template, and bam, there's my line there. And then I'll use my straight edge, take that line all the way up, and we'll cut that off. And then we got two. But then this one, I haven't cut a straight edge on it yet, so I gotta bring this one right here. I gotta have a straight edge on the top, like these have. Straight edges, because those are the tops that the deck boards are going to be sitting on top of, kind of like those. Live edge on the bottom, flat straight edges on the top. See, my line matches there. My line is back where it was somewhat. Front dropped a tiny bit because I redug out that hole. I don't care about that. I don't care how perfect this one is, because like I said, this is gonna be the level one that I'm gonna install these off of this one and keep it level with this one. That way our ramp is level. We want to cut that right there. So we want to cut this, eliminate this piece of wood right here. So it's not going to connect to this really. It's just going to connect to this, which is fine because this one is connected to this. This is connected to this. Then this is going to sink in here. We're going to notch this out here. That's going to be gone, and this is going to move in there and be attached to this. So now I got to remove this board, cut that line, and remove this section here. So this will be inside where that is. Yeah, I kind of cut into that a little bit, but it is what it is. All right, now we got to get this out of the way here. Oh yeah. There we go. So now our board will fit right in here, attached to this. And that should be pretty solid on that corner there. So now we gotta start framing up our ramp here. I got a bunch of 58-inch boards here, 5 of them. So I'm gonna spread them out as much as I can, and we'll see. So start framing. It is time to start framing. Let's see, take this dude here. All right, so I got my lines marked where I want my cross members on the ramp. And then on this side, it did the same thing here. We got our lines marked here and our X's where we want them to go. So we are about to start framing up our ramp. We got our boards here and there, and it's just I'm gonna screw holes for all of these things, which sucks, but it's also good. It stops the stuff from cracking. This stuff cracks pretty easy. So but anyway, time to assemble this thing. We got everything cut. Now all we got to do is frame it, and we'll probably add a couple other pieces, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw these 4 pieces in here and see if I can frame this thing. Go. There we go, first board. 2. Alright, it's a little tough to frame up on unlevel ground, but as long as you get these tops right first, then you can kind of adjust it to get the bottoms in. But dang, that is a huge ramp. That is huge. Shit. I need tools. Gotta get tools. Man, it's Saturday. It's the weekend, so don't judge me. So one thing I've been thinking about is the hardware for this door. I'm like, I hope I can find that. I don't know what I did with it. So now I just gotta use my hands. Push this thing open. I don't know, this is a very heavy door. This door is very heavy. Like when you gotta slide this thing, so I don't know, I guess it ain't too bad, but it's heavy. So I definitely have to make sure I square up this door. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. We need tools. Very exciting. Should have some holes over there already. Alright. So we're just gonna hammer this in here. Oh shit. Maybe not that perfect. I see this hole. That was that temporary hole over here. Whew, shit. Alright. It ain't gotta be perfect. It's just gotta temporarily hold. Truck delivery. Dang, look at that. Country girl, you the shiz. See if I can get that nail in that hole there. Oh yeah, we We got it in there. We up off the ground. Dang right. Alright, now we just gotta level this. Handy level here. Oh. Right there. I mean, hey, at least it's up and we can eyeball it and know for sure. That's the good thing. You see those gaps out because of that board there. So I got to trim that board so I can move this whole thing over. But I want to trim it above it about 1 inch so my decking boards will slide under that piece of siding there. But it looks like the rest of it, no worries. So that's good. Dang right. So I got to trim that piece of wood there. That's all I got to do, and then I can permanently hang this ramp. I have to say this looks very nice. It's not much of a slant at all to walk up. It's not steep at all. That is very nice. That turned out dang near perfect. I was thinking for the end here, I was thinking a face board across and then just kind of put dirt up on there to make that just the edge of the ramp, just use dirt. But yeah, it's, wow, just turned out amazing. Look at this huge pile of leaves. I blew out so many leaves out here. All down by the generator is all clear. I blew the leaves out of all this. Cleaned it all up. That ought to do it. Fell back here though. Oh, there it goes. It fell. Cool. Now that's out the way. What do I do with my hammer? Well, not bad for a Saturday morning and afternoon. This is pretty much how it's gonna be. We framed up the ramp. I just added another board on the front. I took this cracked one off. This thing was looking pretty bad, so I found me a nice solid pine board to put in the front there to replace that with, so it's a little more solid up front. We have a nice little plan for this right here, so there's going to be a lot of traffic going across this, so I definitely wanted this to be extra solid. I am going to throw in a couple more pieces before I start putting my deck boards up. I want to throw a couple extra supports in here. As far as the front, I'm not done with the front yet. I could just put a board here in the front and then put some dirt up against it, and that would be pretty much the ramp. But I'm thinking about going a little bigger, and this is kind of on a hill right here, so I'm kind of thinking about the water flow. Instead of having water going down under the cabin flowing down, I was thinking about putting up like a 2x in the back here across from that post, this post, and all the way across for the walkway. So I have to plan this out a little bit more and think about what I want to do here. I could just easily put a board there, done, cover it with wood, and possibly put a barrier there later. That might be what I do, because I don't have the big board yet, but I would like to have about a 14, no, more, probably about 16 foot maybe from all the way across there. Yeah, about 16 foot. I don't have a board that big right now. I'd have to mill it. So more than likely, I'm just going to put a board here, finish this, and then add that later. But I do want to put like a barrier here, like a 2x right here, maybe trench it out a little bit, have it down in the dirt. That way water flows kind of either around this way or down that way and around, so it's not washing out the mud and dirt under the cabin and keeping it, you know, wet under there. But anyway, that's about as far as I'm getting today. And oh, thank you, Jean. She hooked it up with some beer for the weekend. Thank you so much. And thanks everyone else. Paper Lady, thank you. Look at this. Because of you, we have a roof. And we'll have some boards on here pretty soon. I don't want this video to be too long. So, and I'm kind of done for the day anyway. I'm just going to take it easy. So, but anyway, this is how I got it framed up. And this is how it's going to be. Super solid. This thing is super solid. I mean, I can dance on this and bounce on it, and nothing's even shaking. Like, look, there's my cup, battery charger, and saw. Not even moving, I don't think. So this thing is super, super heavy duty. Oh, yeah. Till next time.